Alright, so had to cut out all the pages, make the grid lines match up.
I'm already confused.
I lost the footage of me taping those pages together. That took a while.
FYI, it'll be in the deleted scenes later.
Not really, the footage is gone.
It'll be in the Blu-ray version.
Director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gluing them to the foam board.
You believe this guy's an engineer? Like he does this for a living? Not this, obviously, but you know. Somewhat stuff like this. Bigger stuff that can kill people. But not like military grade kill.
No, more like potato chip bag kill.
Somebody got beat up in potato chips. And there's a lot of cutting that goes into this.
Oh yeah.
Gluing.
Not so much gluing, just a lot of cutting. Well, there's a lot of hot glue.
And it's really interesting how like you glued those little pieces and then made it to hold their shape. Like you didn't actually glue them to each other, they just glued to hold its shape. That was something I never really thought about. Pretty clever. I don't know where I was going with that.
So those were score lines that I was cutting in the wings so that it can fold over on itself and make the top of the airfoil. These are just wing shapes that are being cut out. Doing a little cleanup because, you can't have a giant mess all the time. So I was gluing those little pieces together to make the little shapes.
Those are the enforcements right there, right?
Those hold the motor pods.
Okay.
That's what that piece does.
Gotcha. And this is the actual wing right here.
Yeah. No, that's the bottom of the wing.
Bottom.
So, and you glue, then tape the joint. So.
We're going to roll the joint. We're going to tape the joint.
Had to take it down the hallway. It was too big for the workbench.
As you can see, he has a lot of helpers.
So there's the wings, all the little pieces to go with it.
It's bigger than your bed.
Yes.
Here's where I come into the story. I came in knowing no idea what I was getting myself into. And even today, I still don't know what I'm getting myself into.
Should see Michael's face anytime now.
I was trying very hard not to cut myself with that X-Tracto knife.
X-Acto knife.
Not that too.
No,
X-Tracto
that's
sounds way more intimidating.
It's called an X-Acto knife because it's exact.
I like X-Tracto. It feels like I'm extracting something.
X-Acto.
It's more exciting. It's more fulfilling. As you can see, I was dubbed to my little corner, and that is where I stayed until later on. I was scared to get out of the corner. I'm not good with shapes.
It's a good thing the room wasn't round. There's face was. Popped out. At this point, started having some trouble with the hot glue gun right here. Had to get 2 hot glue guns at the end. We both had to go at it at the same time. Right here.
I got the smaller hot glue gun.
And then there's a bunch of people, but just decided to press on it. So these are the motor mounts that the motors will actually mount to. They're little wooden pieces. Bunch of holes drilled in them.
My bad.
Gluing the trailing edge of the wing down here. Then trimming up the top part of the wing so that it'll line up. Had to take it in the other room to glue it together because it was way too big to glue together on my workbench.
So at this point, are you making your measurements to cut out in the
Yeah,
center?
yeah. Cutting out the center section for the pod.
We talked about the center for the pod. Like, what was your other alternative?
I was thinking about just cutting out the middle or making the middle fold open.
Kind of like a cargo pod.
Yeah, it would have just looked exactly the same, except it would have been strapped together at the top. But I decided to go ahead with the pod, the cargo pod, because it's just cleaner. Is what I think. I think it works out better. I like the look.
Still interesting how it
A
looks
little
almost
blunt nose.
exactly like a military stealth fighter.
What's a flying wing?
Sure.
If I got
Or stealth
couple of-
bomber, that's what it is, I'm thinking.
I get a couple of electric ducted fans, some EDFs put on the back of it, make it just like a stealth bomber. Maybe that'll be my next build, stealth bomber.
There we go.
No, I think my next build is going to be a little racing rig, like a tiny 24-inch racing plane, 24-inch wingspan.
We should build like a little miniature tank that fires up auto rockets or something. That would be really cool.
That would be fun. We could put rockets on the back of it
Yep.
so that it goes really fast. I think that was Michael's face again.
Space was a lot. It's so majestic.
See, this is the normal speed that I move. I normally have to move slower for most people.
It's a true story. It took me 7 years to get used to this.
Cutting out little cutouts so that I can feed the wires through from the motors and the servos.
Do you have headphones on right now?
I do have headphones on.
You listen to music?
No, just listening to an audiobook.
Ah. I was about to say, like, that would be so interesting right now if you were just listening to straight Def Leppard the whole time.
Why would you name your band Def Leppard?
I don't know. It was a cool thing. at the
Leopards
time, I
probably
guess.
don't listen to music. And then if they do, a deaf one's definitely not going to listen to music.
That's a good Google question. Okay, so we got the tape.
Tape is to reinforce it,
Ah.
just kind of, and to make it, look better. I made it have two doors. One opens toward the back and one opens toward the front.
So right now, is this still the top or the bottom?
This is the top.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
So that I put little walls in there so that I could brace the door in the back right there. So now it closes.
At this point, I'm hiding in the closet in case anyone hasn't noticed me yet.
He's really not.
It's true, I wasn't. So is this just enforcing the pod?
Yeah, so I was enforcing the motor pod. I put the motor mount on the front of the pod, and then I put tape around it to hold it, keep it from pulling off, and I put little tape on those tabs there on it so that whenever it inserts down into the hole, it doesn't crush the foam of the pod.
It's good thinking.
And now I'm gluing the pod mounting onto the plane. So that's the permanent fixture. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
Hit the subscribe button. Do it for me, do it for your mother, and do it for your family goat.